Hi everybody, Liz Peterson, speech language pathologist for over 23 years, and my company is Speech and Voice Enterprises. Welcome to another episode of Motivating Mondays, where we are currently talking about how to eliminate that fear of public speaking. I want to talk about 2 points. One, I want you to make your introduction very, very strong when you go into your presentation. That will start you off on a very, very confident note. But I also want to ask you, what is the number one cause of fear of public speaking? Do you know? It's actually not being well prepared. Now, this is something you can completely control. If delivering a presentation is an important part of your job and you want to be perceived as a leader, delivering an effective and skilled presentation is the way to enhance your leadership image and show yourself as very competent and very credible within your subject matter. I can't imagine not being well prepared. This is something you can completely control. So go and practice every day. Now, you don't have to over-rehearse your presentation, and you don't necessarily have to do it in order. If there are parts to your presentation that are rather tricky, like going over data or explaining a graph where it's very impromptu, then practice that. You've heard me say across these series, talk about red light drills. When you're in a red light, when you're at a red light, simply go over some of your data. Parts of your presentation that are tricky, rehearse it and then go through your PowerPoint several times so you're very, very fluent. There is nothing worse than when I'm watching somebody deliver a presentation, they advance their slide and all of a sudden they've turned their back to the audience and they're reviewing their content on the slide. That's awful. That is not good leadership. Now, I'm not saying that you can't take a peek at your presentation, but certainly if you advance your slide, you see that chart and boom, you know exactly what you're going to talk about. That is leadership, and that is being well prepared, and that is something that is very much in your control. Now, don't over-rehearse. People say to me, well, Liz, how much? How much should I do it? You need to do it to where you are fluent, but not over-rehearsed. I recommend that you practice, and the day of your presentation, don't rehearse it. You don't want to go into your presentation where you've gone over it too many times and it's just flowing in your brain and you're not sure what is first, second, and third. I recommend on the day where it's time for you to give your presentation, don't rehearse any further that day. Go out and get yourself a great breakfast, put on a nice outfit, but let's avoid rehearsing because you've rehearsed it several times before. I hope you find this strategy very helpful. If you have fear of public speaking, managing that fear and being well prepared is something that's fully in your control, and that should feel really good. Something else that will help you set the tone for a very good presentation is to have a strong introduction. I go over this in our 2-day seminars and everybody always laughs because I think professional people, when it comes to delivering your introduction and introducing yourself before a group, when you have those department meetings or things of that nature, people tend to introduce themselves doing a lot of upspeak. Hi, I'm Liz Peterson. I'm a speech therapist. My company is Speech and Voice Enterprises. That's not effective and that's not good leadership communication. I think people do their introductions when it's a round robin situation with a lot of upspeak because one, it's unnatural and uncomfortable to have to introduce yourself before a group. And I think people put in those uptones maybe as a strategy to come across as friendly or approachable. But then when it's time to do a presentation and you're doing an introduction, that behavior stays and it's locked. When I do these coaching sessions, everybody starts off their introduction with that upspeak, and that's not as confident sounding as it can be. I want you to not only be well prepared for your presentation, but have your introduction strong where you're using good staircase speech and you're in your optimal pitch range. So an example would be, Hi, I'm Liz Peterson, speech language pathologist. Today I'll be training all of you on how to speak more effectively in front of a group of people. Boom. When you can start your presentation off with a little boom, you have set the tone for a good, confident delivery. You're feeling confident and you started on a good note. So please, be well prepared. This is in your control, and absolutely rehearse your introduction so you do it with good intonation, ending in a lower note, not having any upspeak, and starting off sounding really confident, even if you're a little nervous. I hope you found this helpful. Until next Monday, see you then. Bye-bye.